Welcome back, everybody. This is Sarcasm Speaks. Jared and Bob here flying at you on a Sunday night for us, Monday morning for you. So I figured I would give a quick update on the story if you've been following along with the podcast. If you're new, you should probably go back and listen to the last at least 2 episodes. You got time if you're listening to this on Monday. Next one doesn't come till Thursday. So head back and listen to those ones, because I got an update on the video game console shtick.
I would say, please tell me this is not about poker.
Oh, no.
Thank God.
Yeah, I bought a poker video game. So
No,
I'm going
to... I went back this week and it was kind of like the same thing. It
Yeah.
took way longer than I thought it would. And everyone thinks they're a pro, and I had to leave. They're all mad at me for some reason.
So I purchased an Xbox Series S. So if I'm assuming you are like me about 72 hours ago and you know nothing about the current consoles.
Outside of when I Googled it live, when you were talking about it on this show, the only reason I know the S is cheaper than the X is because I Googled it.
Yep. That's same. I didn't know anything about any of these until we were on the show. And then I did some research after our last episode, and that was it. So like I said, 72 hours ago, I knew almost nothing. And then a week ago, I knew absolutely nothing. I didn't even know what they were called. I thought it was like the Xbox One X or something that they went on, but they dropped the one and they moved to S and X. I don't know who fucking knows. So I'll give another shout out to Nick, however, though this is like 17 episodes in a row. We should just get him on at some point anyway, just to shoot the shit, just cause I hate him so much. Right.
So we're not going to shoot the shit. We're just going to shit on Nick.
Yeah. So again, hopefully these people, if you're watching on YouTube after you subscribe to us and smash that like button, you've also listened to the last few episodes. Otherwise, none of this makes any sense. But oh well, welcome. So I talked to Nick the other day, and he kind of like gave me the rundown of everything, and basically had said like it's not worth getting a PS5, just because it's so expensive, right? And also the other thing, here's a tangent. Apparently PS5s are impossible to find. I knew that was a thing when they first came out, right? Like that people were like lining up at like 1 a.m. at Best Buy to get them, and they disappeared and you couldn't get one. But I feel like the PS5 has been out for at least 2 years at this point, if not longer.
I want to say Christmas 2021. They were like, everyone wanted them, and I don't know if people could find them.
Okay, so that might have been the year they came out. So about 2 years ago, yeah. So 2 years later, you still can't find any of these fuckers. I went on every website you can imagine: GameStop, Best Buy, Target, Walmart. I went on every fucking thing. Amazon. You had to get in a queue. You have to request. So this is the funny thing with Amazon.
Britain?
So I had no idea that Amazon even did shit like this. But in order to buy a PS5 off of Amazon, you have to request. You have to fill out a request to be eligible. And then as they become available, they will reach out to you and be like, do you still want to purchase this? So that's a whole thing. And on top of that, I think the PS5, which I found out there's 2 versions. There's a digital version and then a disc version. I think the disc version of the PS5 is like $600 or like whatever. I want
to say it was like $400 or $500, and then it was like $650 when I did this on the show. So
I think a digital version was like $500, and then the disc version was $650. Then that's because that sounds about right. So I mean, I was not interested in spending any of that kind of money. And then Nick reassuring me that the PS5 was just didn't unnecessary, was like, all right, so maybe I don't need the PS5. But then I went and I looked up the EA Sports PGA Tour 2023, and as it stands right now, and it's potential that they have other releases after, but on March 23rd or whatever the fuck date it is that it comes out, they are only releasing it for the latest generation of consoles. So it's only on the Xbox Series S and X, the PlayStation 5, and I think Steam, whatever the fuck that is. And then that might be it. There's one other one. I don't think it's coming on PC. It's like something else. So it was only listed as being available for the latest generation console. So I'm like, fuck, all right, what do I do here? So I'm looking, again, I'm perusing all these websites, and I happen to see that Best Buy has an Xbox Series S for on sale, right? And it's one of those like add to your cart to see price or whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, first of all, let me see like what it is. And there's a Best Buy a stone's throw from me on Route 1, and they didn't have any in stock there. So I clicked the button that says check your nearby local stores. So the Best Buy in Mansfield, down at Mansfield Crossing, says that they have some in stock. So I'm like, all right, I finished my day early last Friday because I had to work late last Thursday night. So obviously I just cut out early on Friday. So probably about 3:00 last Friday, I'm like, I'll just pop over to Mansfield. It's fucking 15 minutes away. So I go over there and I'm walking in, and I find a guy in the video game section. Younger guy, super nice. He's at most, he's like 25 years old, but that's a good thing. I'm purposely looking for someone younger, right? Because I need you to tell me what the deal is with these video games, because as I've said before, I play on an Xbox 360. I didn't even have a console until the pandemic, and then I bought an Xbox 360 just to do something to fill my time during the pandemic. So I'm clearly not the level of video gamer that I once was, obviously growing up and probably through college. I think once I finished undergrad and probably I think when I got to grad school is when I think I sold my Xbox at that time, a 360. So anyway, I find the guy and I'm like, hey, listen, this is my situation, right? And I'm like, I know the PS5 is absolutely ridiculous. You can't find it anywhere, and it's insanely expensive. So I'm probably looking at like the Xbox, but I don't know because there's certain games for one and the other. And I go, tell me, you're the expert. You tell me what to do. And he's like, okay. So I asked him, and I go, what do you have? What do you play? And he looks at me and his fucking eyes light up, and he goes, well, I have both.
I never thought you'd ask.
Yeah. So he starts out and goes, well, I actually have both. And I'm like, okay. So this is so before I got to this, when I made the comment about the PS5 being impossible to find, he like stops me and he goes, actually, we don't advertise this, but we just got 4 in yesterday. And he goes, we don't put it on the website. Like I said, we don't advertise it. Like you have to come in and ask us if we have it. But we just got 4 brand new ones yesterday. He goes, if you want it, I can get it to you. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not paying $600. And he goes, well, it's the digital version, so it's cheaper anyway. And I go, okay, so I'm not paying $450. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to spend $500 on a console to play what amounts to 2 games, right? So we get to that, and then that's when I ask him, like, what are my other options here? Can I go with a PS4? Like, what do you? And I'm looking for some advice. And he goes, all right. So after everything you've said, and this is when he goes, I have both. And after everything you said, I think the best option for you would probably be an Xbox. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's fine. And he goes, now, PlayStation Sony did this thing where they just released 2 versions of the same console. So you have the digital and the disc version of the PS5. It's the same thing. You just ask for it. He goes, Microsoft tried to get fancy. and release 2 different consoles, the Series S, which is just a digital version, and the Series X, which is the disc version. Yeah, and then he started being like, the X has a higher GPU and process. All right, man. Like, can I play video games?
You lost me.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, not really paying attention. And I go, okay, so can I get by with the Series S if I really just want to play the Hogwarts game and the new golf game that's coming out? And he goes, oh, yeah, no, absolutely. He goes, you'll be totally fine. And he goes, it sounds like also you might still have some 360 stuff. And I go, yeah. And he goes, Microsoft makes all of their stuff backwards compatible. He goes, Sony does not. So if you have a PlayStation 5, you can't play PS4 games on it, PS3 games on it, whatever. He goes, if you have Xbox Series X, you can play any Xbox game that has come out. It goes, you can play the Xbox One, you can play the Xbox 360. It goes, you're good. Microsoft is backwards compatible. So I'm like, all right, whatever. But then I go, but if I buy the Series S, then I can't put the discs in from my 360 anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So whatever. So I didn't say that. I said that to myself in my head. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, all right, so I think I'm going to go with the Xbox. And then he tries to like sell me on like all the accoutrements, right? Where he's like, oh, we have these headphones. We have these like pro, I can't even think of the name, the things you hold, the controllers, right? Jesus Christ, I'm old. And he's like, we got these like super duper controllers and like they're souped up and all this shit. And he's talking headphones and I'm fucking zoning out. He's like, we got keypads that you can attach so you don't have to go around. You can just punch it like you're texting on a keyboard. I'm like, all right, dude, I just want the fucking console. So he looks and he goes, yeah, we actually have a few of the Series S's in stock. And he goes, oh, actually, it looks like we have 4 holiday editions that are marked down. And I go, what makes it a holiday edition? And he goes, I don't actually know, but would you want that or would you want the regular version? And I go, well, how much is it marked down? Like, what's the holiday version? And he goes, well, we have it listed as $250 right now. And I go, yep, sold. Go get me one right now. Like that, say no more. So I bought a holiday edition Xbox Series S, so the digital version of the Xbox, for $250. And I go, this is perfect. This is literally the best case scenario. This is exactly how much money I was willing to spend on a product that is going to allow me to play these video games. And it's perfect. It's great. Like, I don't have to go a backwards generation to a PS4 or an Xbox One and then not be able to play the golf game when this is great. This is amazing. So the guy, so I didn't get the guy's name, but the guy, super fucking nice. If anyone ever ends up in the Best Buy in Mansfield over in the video game section, if you look out for homeboy with the glasses, because he's super nice.
The one guy at a Best Buy wearing glasses.
Yeah, he was the only guy I saw wearing glasses.
Be the only one.
Yeah, no, he's the one in the blue shirt. The guy in the blue shirt with the glasses. Yeah.
Blue shirt and glasses.
So I got it. I bought it there on the spot and I brought it home. And Amy's like, oh, so what's the difference between the holiday edition? And I go, I have no idea. I go, for all I know, I might open this box and there might be a fucking Santa Claus painted on the side of the Xbox. Like, I have no clue. So we open it up and plug it in, which, like, I don't know why I thought this, because the 360 technically you have to plug into a power supply and then you plug the power supply into the wall. But like before that, like with the Nintendo, you had to like plug it into a thing and then you had to plug it into like some sort of adapter and it was like a whole thing. And I'm like, oh, it's literally one plug and then the HDMI cable. Didn't have to really set anything up. I downloaded the Xbox app on my phone and just like clicked sign in with my email and everything populated and it automatically set up my Xbox. So I didn't have to like actually do anything to set it up other than click English for a language. It was the easiest fucking thing ever to set up. So I open it. It's just a regular old Xbox. So I go, the only difference is that the box itself on the outside has presents on it. So like pictures of presents, you know what I mean? Like it's so because there were photos of presents on the outside of this box, Best Buy decided to mark it down to $250.
I don't understand why Microsoft even fucking produced it in the first place.
I don't know. Because it's
Doesn't
not,
make any
it didn't
sense.
like come with a game. Like, you know,
If the
I
product
thought
is no
like
different,
maybe it'll come with a game or it'll come with like, you know, something because for being a holiday edition or whatever. Nope. Just regular old thing. Just the box looks different. So I got it for cheaper. So I'm like, all right, perfect, whatever. So yeah, now I have an Xbox and I downloaded the Hogwarts game, the Hogwarts Legacy, and I've been playing it most of the day today. And I will say, it's pretty fucking cool. I'm barely even into it. Like I'm not far into it at all. So Amy's cousin actually stopped by earlier today with his kid, his baby, because he was nearby, and he finished the game. And he was like, "Yeah, no, I finished the entire like regular campaign. Is like the only thing I have is like side quests and stuff." And he said it probably took him like gameplay hours wise, probably took him like around 24 hours to finish like the regular like campaign mode, whatever. And I probably have about 4 hours total of game time. So I'm like barely even into it. But yeah, I mean, for as someone, you know, who you and Michaela are newer Harry Potter heads.
she is. I still, I don't know. See, I'm trying to remember because when she went through the movies, I don't know if I watched any beginning to end.
Okay.
So, because that was my thing, was I've probably seen almost every scene of every movie, just
But
never
never,
in
yeah,
sequential order. Except for the one where nothing happens.
the
'Cause I
second
saw
one.
no. It was like it might have been part one. What the fuck?
Oh,
Deathly Hallows Part One,
yeah,
where
yeah,
nothing happens.
yeah, kind of.
So is that the seventh movie?
Yes. Yeah, they
Okay.
split the seventh book into two movies.
Okay. So I think I saw that in the theater. But otherwise, again, I've probably seen every scene. I don't know if I watched one beginning to end, even when she went through all six movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I actually sat there and watched beginning to end. I probably didn't.
Yeah.
Um, but either way, video games not my jam. So don't worry about me. And
Yeah.
I won't be texting you asking how to get through the
Yeah.
fucking water temple anytime soon.
Yeah. So do I need an electric Pokemon or what? Like how do I
Oh,
beat the water
Pokemon I
temple?
can figure out. Don't worry about that. I beat
Yeah.
the fucking the Elite
The
Four.
Elite Eight, Elite
No,
Four.
it's four.
Yeah.
I beat the Elite Four with 3 Psyducks named Tit, Poo, and Ass. So
um so yeah, I mean the game is pretty fucking cool. I've never played a game like this before. So our cousin Jared was explaining it, and he said that like the world, it's I think it's called an open world RPG, where like the game itself is so fucking massive. Like the world, like the map is so massive, and you can literally go anywhere and do anything within it. And he said he's never really played anything like that before, and I said I haven't either. Like my video game, I play sports video games, right? My whole life, I play Madden, NHL, MVP baseball, and that's basically it. And then like Call of Duty, right? Like, so it's like some sort of sport game or Call of Duty. And Call of Duty is linear, right? Like you follow the campaign, you do one mission after the other, and then the game's over. And then you play multiplayer or do whatever.
There was a Mortal Kombat game when I was in middle school that was like that.
Oh, really?
And then the Tony Hawk games actually transferred to that too. Because like Tony Hawk, it used to be like Tony Hawk 1, I don't know what a round was, 2 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, on the N64.
Doesn't matter. I mean, I don't even remember what I played it on, but I think a round was like 2 or 3 minutes and you just did as much as you could. And when
Yeah.
you got so many things, you moved on to the next level. And then like eventually there was a Tony Hawk where it's like, hey, there's these 20 things available. Go do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I just realized that was a lie. I just lied right to everyone's face. Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is like an open world RPG where you can literally like go, like you can do missions, you can go around and do whatever you want to do, but you can also just kind of like walk around and fuck shit up. Like you don't have to do the missions. You can just explore the world. And that's basically what this Harry Potter game is.
I got you.
Which like I said, super cool. And I will be pre-ordering the EA Sports PGA Tour 2023, which is a mouthful to say. Would have been way easier just call it Tiger Woods 23.
Just call it the new golf game.
Yeah. Well, because 2K has a new golf game too.
Yeah, but EA Sports is back in the game, so 2K is relevant now.
Right. Yeah, 2K is a fucking joke. So yeah, I will be playing those two games for the foreseeable future. I mean, other than that, I don't really have any desire to get back into like a Call of Duty, or like one of the kid at Best Buy tried to sell me on this like package or whatever. And he's like, yeah, well, you buy this one, it comes with like Fortnite and like all this other stuff. And I'm like, dude, I didn't say this, but I wanted to be like, do I look like I fucking play Fortnite? Do I look like a 16-year-old? Like I'm not. I'm good. I used to watch the kids that I used to work with when I was mentoring. Like I would watch them play Fortnite, and this was 3 years ago, 3 years ago. So it was 2020, and they in the game. I was like, the graphics of this game look like something I would play when I was your age. Like it looked like it was something straight out of like 2003. And I was like, the way that these games have advanced so much, and you're obsessed with this game that looks like dog shit. But whatever.
I don't know, man. If people are still playing that game,
I guess. I mean, they did something right.
yeah, I mean, that's been sticking for a long time.
They completely changed the way like shooter video games work. Like Call of Duty completely changed its whole scope. Like I don't know the name of it, but Call of Duty released a video game that was basically Fortnite, but Call of Duty. Like they released a game that like didn't have a campaign mode. It was like for like the first time ever or something, just to compete with Fortnite. So I mean, clearly they did something right. But yeah, I guess I'm a fucking video gamer now again at 31 years old.
Oh, dude, you game?
But also like kind of not really, because I've really, well, right now I only have one game. And
When do you start streaming?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitch
Yeah.
at jmellow33. I'll start my own Twitch channel. So that's my update on the video game situation. But well, actually, I kind of want to get your thoughts on this, because we were just talking about golf. So I've seen rumors. Oh, I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to check on how today's doing, because I haven't seen anything on the how the Honda has ended.
I mean, do you want me to tell you?
I'm going to look it up in a second. I got it
Okay.
coming up. So the LIV Golf Tour I've been seeing rumors on Twitter from a few different people that they're kicking around the idea of adding women to the tour. So not as like a separate, but like they will be playing alongside the men. I would imagine that they would not be playing from the same tees, right?
No,
Like they would,
they can't play the same tees.
right, right. But I've I've seen rumors that Liv is, putting the feelers out to see if they can pull some women onto the tour.
And then the women would play their tees and would be one competition still.
Yeah.
Um,
From what I gather, like I've literally only seen a few people on, like, Haley Ray Ostrom was
Yep.
one of the people that tweeted it. And then I don't know the name of the other person. It wasn't it could have been it could have been a journalist, but it wasn't like a famous person like Haley Ray Ostrom. And I've seen both of them. The random other person, again, sorry, I don't know your name, but maybe you're a journalist, I don't know, had said that had said something, not like, I'm paraphrasing, but it was like there will be some women on this tour at some point, basically was what he said. And then Haley Ray had tweeted and said, hearing rumblings that there's some women getting offers from the LIV Tour.
I don't. So I truthfully don't really care. Whether women are involved, not involved, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how you like. You want to talk about moral grandstanding? Holy shit!
Yeah,
how fucking bad that's gonna be. So I mean, like, I would almost like for like the society of golf, I'd actually almost rather they didn't add any women because that's gonna be fucking insufferable.
yeah.
Like,
So
listen, I want the women to have the opportunity to make as much money as they want to make and get to whatever level of golf that they want to get to, especially if someone views themselves as like, hey, I'm gonna play for like 15. I'll start when I'm 18. I'll play for like 15 years. Then I'm gonna have kids, and I might never play again. Like, okay, make your money in those 15 years. Like, that's fine. But holy shit, dude. You want to talk about like, well, how can you go and accept money from a place that doesn't even let you people drive? Like, that's
this
the type of shit that I don't know if I can't listen to that shit.
and
That's
this
gonna
is
be where it's going.
exactly what's already happening. So after I saw those two tweets, I read some comments underneath, and it's already starting. It's already, oh, how is the Saudi government going to pay for women to play golf when they won't even allow them to drive? Or, oh, Saudi really loves women that much, huh? They're going to add them to the tour. Like, already the Twitter comments have been like, oh, I can't believe, oh, Saudi, oh, more, what do they call it? Sports washing over
Yeah.
here. And it's like, okay, but if they didn't want to do it, like if they really fucking hated women that much, then it wouldn't be an option.
No, and I guess so that is so I will that how bad the Saudi Arabian government treats Saudi Arabian women, but then allowing them to play in their golf tour, that is like a little bit. Again, it's an insufferable talk, but I think there's some smoke there. Because then seriously, if a woman, if like, is it still like if a Saudi Arabian woman shows her face in public, they beat the shit out of her? Like, is that still like fucking law?
I don't know, to be honest.
Like, that's what I mean. Is like we're talking about that.
They can drive now. They were, I mean,
oh, good.
Yeah. But I know because a lot of people say like, oh, they can't even drive. And it's like,
Yeah,
well,
I think I do think they were allowed to get licenses.
they've been allowed to have licenses and drive for a few years now.
But like, there's a lot of fucking women's rights issues. Now, to this
Oh,
point,
for sure.
it's basically, I mean, this has only been like rich men that this is pertained to. Like, there might be actually like some moral arguments. I just don't want to hear them. Like, that's the thing is like, if a woman's going to choose to go play for like the LIV Tour under whatever circumstances because she's going to try to make as much money in as short of a period of time as she wants, like, all the power to her.
Right.
Like, who the fuck are you to like criticize that or guilt that or anything that?
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
Especially
Just don't fucking watch.
because the women don't make as much money,
Right.
right?
Well,
Like
and then
if you have a woman on the LPGA that makes, I don't know, maybe she makes $7 million a year.
for what? Ain't none
Yeah,
of them making 7 million a year.
I mean, like in total, right? Like not in an event,
No,
but
no, no. None of them make 7 million over the course of
what's
a
the
year, I don't think.
Like, what's the purse for some of their
Dude,
events?
the biggest purse, the winner gets 750.
So what's the biggest purse
LP,
that they have? Like $8 million or something?
I don't know. LPGA money list 2022.
Huh. Um, so I just Googled LPGA
I'm pulling up the money list right now.
biggest purse.
I got to go to last year. Lydia Ko 4.3, and that was $500,000 more than second place.
So the biggest purse on the LPGA is the U.S. Women's Open, and it's 5.5 million.
Ooh, that's so gross.
So for anyone that doesn't know golf, like purse just means total amount of money. So if the purse for the event is 5.5 million, that means that's split between, first, second, third, fourth, all the way down.
And then 2021, the winner had got 3.5. So I think Lydia Ko may have set some type of record.
Okay.
So how
So
much money she won?
even better.
2019 was 2.7.
So say that like a journeyman or journeywoman on the LPGA tour makes 300,000 a year. And now she gets offered a contract for 15 million to go to LIV.
You could have just stopped at a contract.
Yeah.
Guaranteed money.
Yeah. How do you say no to that? Now that
I don't know how you say no.
That is a lot more akin to us, right? So obviously I don't make anywhere. You and I combined still don't make anywhere close to $300,000 a year.
No.
But the argument, right, for some people in the whole PGA LIV thing, they're like, oh yeah, this guy's making $10 million a year, but he wants more. Well, now the LPGA golfers, they don't make $10 million a year. They make tens to the hundreds of thousands a year. And now you're going to offer them 10 million, 15 million, 20, like whatever. I don't know what the low contract is, might be like 15 million over like maybe 2 years or something, like you get $7 million a year, something like that. Like, how are you going to, if you're a journeywoman on the LPGA tour making $300,000 a season, and now you have the ability to make, I don't even know what that 20x what you make in a year normally. How do you say no?
So to put a bow on like the money part of it, like if a woman is comfortable going and taking that contract, they absolutely should.
Yeah.
Like good for them, whatever. That's life changing. Now, there's obviously gonna be people that detract from that and whatever, and it's like the how could you and think of the children, whatever they do.
Yeah.
I'm questioning the competition because if the women are gonna play from the same tees, I'm sorry, from different tees, but it's the same competition, there is no real, we don't have any real data or experience. So like, how do we know appropriate tees? Like, I don't know how we make it fair. Now, again, they could probably get a fucking rocket scientist to figure out the math.
Right.
And it's like, hey, if the average driving distance for men is this and the average driving distance for women is that, this is the tee length that ends up being like most appropriate. I don't know. I find it weird.
Yeah. Me too. And like this is all speculation, really, I guess. Other than, like I said, I've seen people tweet stuff. So there's been no
Yeah.
official word from the LIV Tour. It's just rumblings behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't I'd have to see it just because I genuinely don't know how the different T1 event shakes out. Or
Yeah.
did the European tour do that? The European tour might have done that.
A mixed event.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds familiar. I wonder how that went.
I mean, I know they do it at the pro-ams.
Yeah, pro-ams, pro-ams doesn't work. Scandinavian Mix 2022.
Like the Scandinavian tour or like the Euro
No,
tour.
it was DP World Tour.
Hmm.
Lynn Grant. Is that a woman? That is a woman. So I think this is a sample size of 1. So she won the event by 9. Second place. All right, so I got a top 10 here. And so a woman won shooting 9 better than everybody else. Then it went male, 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 male.
Wow.
So in the top 10, a woman beat everybody by 9. And then there was another woman that placed.
Wow.
Not until 15th. So you just heard that. So after the outside of the top 10, male, male, female, male, 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 female am, male, male, and that rounds out male. That rounds out the top 25.
Wow.
So
So
three women
women.
finished in the top 25. Now one of them won by 9. So fucking
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which means she beat the next woman by 14.
What did she win with? What was her final
She
score?
was 24 under par.
Wow. So the next guy was what, 15 under?
Yeah, Henrik Stenson.
Oh, fucking Henrik. Huh.
So this is
It's
a little
possible.
bit.
Like you said,
So
sample size of 1.
yeah, it's not till you get to 19. I'm sorry, the 29th place. So those 3 women were the only top 25, 26, 27, 28. 3 women in the top 28. Then it was like 3 straight women, male, female, female, male. Then it starts to mix, but that's down at 7 under.
Yeah.
So we're talking a top 28 that was male dominated. So I don't know. Someone's got to figure out the fucking tees if they're going to play the same event because that shit does not work.
Yeah.
Now I understand that now the woman won, like credit to her, but like
Right.
that shit does not work because that ain't happening again. You might get 3 in the top 28, but one's not winning by 9 again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely an aberration.
So I don't know. They got to figure out. Like again, it's different.
But I think where LIV might have the advantage for adding women is that it for the team events of it, like the team side. So they might not have a woman like especially for who's on that tour right now. Like, I don't think even if Lydia Ko went over, she's not going to beat Dustin Johnson. She's not going to beat Cam Smith. You know what I mean? Like,
well, from her tees, she might. This is what I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. But and from a team aspect, right? Like, she might do really fucking well. So like she might help her team win the team event, even though she might finish 4th, something like that.
Yeah, I guess you could do like 3 men, 1 woman on the team. Woman score has to count or something, or maybe she doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because right now it's 3 out of 4 count. So I don't know. Maybe put a woman on the team, each team, and then it's again top 3, whether regardless of gender.
Yeah.
I don't know. PGA Tour announced a mixed event, but it's not. But it's gonna be like a mixed team event.
Okay.
I don't know the format,
Are they going to do
or
it in the wraparound season?
it'll be in the fall.
Yeah. Because I know they announced that they're going to do some goofy shit in the wraparound now. Like they're not going to have like real events.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, I use the term real loosely, but they're not going to have like the actual tournaments.
Yeah, I mean they're actual tournaments right now. They're just not actual fields.
Yeah.
A lot of Corn Ferry guys.
Yeah. But I think
Yeah.
so. They're going to finish out this year with it, but then in 2024, they're going to have the goofy shit, right? Like the mixed event. They're going to do some other like they call it like fun stuff. Like they're not going to have like what is it, the CJ Cup or something like the random shit, the Mayakoba, whatever the fuck they have. Yeah, whatever they have in October, November, they're not going to have anymore. So, yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know how you assimilate these things.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know if it's good, bad. That's the thing. I don't know. Because again, no one watched that fucking DP World Tour event. I fucking forgot it happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who knows? Could be a good opportunity for some people.
Yeah. Could be. You know what a bad opportunity is if you're a dog in California? Because I don't know, I think I sent this to you on Instagram. California as a state is moving to remove canine police officers because dogs are racist.
Well, of course.
Yeah. So I do say that a little bit tongue in cheek. What they actually had said is that they want to remove. So basically, they want to get rid of canines for everything except bomb sniffing and drug sniffing. So they want to like you won't be allowed to use dogs to like arrest people or like control crowds or chase people down or anything like that. You'll literally only be able to use canines to probably sniff for drugs and bombs at like the fucking airport or whatever. Because so that part it was a little bit embellished, but the other part I did not embellish. It is quite literally they say it's racist. They say that Black people are disproportionately affected by dogs, by police canine dogs. And so therefore it's racist.
Everything's racist, dude.
So yeah. Police are no and they so I've read a whole other article supporting it from like an actual police officer, like someone that works, I think, within the canine unit. And he was saying like for them, where they are in California, the dogs are actually quite literally lifesavers, right? So, and this is, obviously where it gets a little, you got to toe the line a little bit here because I do love dogs, right? And I know there's fucking crazy PETA people out there. But at the end of the day, when there's a sticky situation, would you rather send a dog or a human? Right?
Depends on the human.
Well, yes, that's true. But it would be a police officer. It would, so it's like dogs have the ability to go into situations. One, they're way fucking faster than humans. They're a lot more agile and they're smaller, right? So when it comes to like, yeah, you're going to send the dog in to get shot or whatever. I mean, yeah, if you want to look at it that way. But again, the dog's smaller, faster. Like it's a lot harder to probably hit a dog than a human. And at the end of the day, like, it's a dog that might not that might get killed in the line of duty, or it could be a police officer with a wife and 3 kids, that doesn't get to go home that day. So obviously, the dog dying would suck, right? It's not ideal, but when you have to choose, between two evils, um, I think the dog is it's a lot. It makes the job a lot safer, and now they're trying to take that away. So my question too would be, how long until California absolutely fucking devolves into nothingness? Because I would imagine that if it hasn't happened already, which it probably has, like, they keep fucking with the police departments. If I were a cop in California and like I just kept getting fucked with, I would just leave.
Yeah, I
Be
would
like,
look at leaving.
I'm going to transfer and go work in Nevada, or I'm going to go work in Texas or Arizona. Well, maybe not Arizona because that place is a shithole, but Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho. Like, I would go Nebraska. Like, you go literally anywhere but California and just be a police officer, or leave the profession and go do something else entirely, whatever you want. But like, if you are a cop in California and you just keep getting fucked with, eventually there's not going to be that many cops left.
Yeah, I'll go run security at the fucking library.
Yeah. Like, they already can't arrest people for theft. That's the whole thing in California. Like, you can't be prosecuted, I think, in California for theft up to $900. So people would go, like, are literally like ransacking stores, but stealing stuff that's less than $900.
$8.99.
Yeah, and they can't be arrested or it can't be prosecuted, whichever one it is. It's probably prosecuted, which in theory makes arrested. Because if a cop knows that they're not going to get prosecuted, why are they going to put themselves at risk, right, to arrest someone that can't be prosecuted?
Yeah, it
So
seems like a lot of paperwork for nothing.
yeah. So California is absolutely going to be a fucking shithole, more so than it probably already is turning into.
I love that someone thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. With the dogs or the
No,
theft? The
theft under
theft.
$900.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we didn't expect this many people to just start stealing stuff. But I bet you didn't.
Yeah. I saw there was a meme of some guy who worked in a convenience store and he went around putting tags on everything that said $901. And then when you brought it to the register, it was
It was
like
on sale.
it was on sale for whatever, the normal price. Like, a pack of gum was $901, but when you brought it to the register, it was on sale, so you only paid $3 for it. But if you steal it, the sticker on it says $901.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a pretty fucking smart idea.
I like that.
Yeah, I like
that. That I can get down with.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. Truthfully, I would have to know more about the usage of canines because genuinely, I don't. I actually, I don't know enough about canines because especially around here, they are kind of just like sniffers.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen it, but that's the thing is like, oh, I've never seen a dog use on a crowd, but like, why the fuck would I? Like, what crowd would I be in where I would see them use a fucking
Exactly.
dog?
Exactly.
So I don't know enough about the usage of canines, and it sounds like for where I've lived, they don't get used the same way as maybe some more high action spots.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I really feel like they're just sniffers around here.
Yeah. Like, we have, like, I think most towns in Massachusetts have at least one canine.
Or sometimes it's county.
Yeah, that's true too.
So like counties aren't big around here except when it's like lack of resources.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like I know someone who's a canine officer for Plymouth County.
Mhm.
So he's anywhere from Kingston to fucking Bridgewater.
Yeah.
But like it's like him and maybe like two other people. Like they are the canine officers.
Right. Right. Yeah, and I think it's different too. So that's probably what, sheriff. And then I think it's different. Like state police have multiple canine officers. By Massachusetts State Police is
Yeah.
like one of the most prestigious units in the country.
But then it's got to be a state issue, right?
Yeah,
Or their jurisdiction. Is that like blur those lines?
I would imagine. Yeah, because I don't think. Yeah, because there are different jurisdictions and.
Well, never mind. If it's a state canine officer, they're not going to the random high school to sniff out some weed.
Right, right. But like I remember, like Medford had a canine,
Yep.
had a
Yep.
canine
I think
dog.
he might still have them.
Yeah, it might.
Oh, I don't think he's working anymore.
um. So yeah, it all depends, right? Like you said, like there's some towns because I think Mansfield had a canine, but there was something that happened. I remember hearing in the news, or I saw on Twitter, because I used to follow Mansfield, like the town of Mansfield on Twitter. And I think they lent their canine to whatever, Easton or Plainville or Norton, like one of the surrounding towns. Mansfield had lent their canine unit to another town. So I think towns will do that. And like you said, the sheriff department will kind of go around. So they are around, but like you said, I don't know how often they're like put into use. Like,
Well, again,
and it's for like
but it's what is
apprehensions.
their use? Like
Right.
that's my thing is what is their
Right.
use? I would not be surprised if Massachusetts doesn't allow canines for
Apprehensions and arrests.
right.
Yeah. I would be surprised if they didn't allow it, because that's what California has just done, right? Like they just, or they're trying to pass legislation to disallow it, and like everyone's up in the air.
Yeah, I mean,
So I feel like the norm is to you just allow it. Like whether or not it gets used, right, is one thing, but like I feel like it's at least an option.
well, to give you a little background of how stupid I am, when you first said that, I go, "What's the harm of a dog sniffing out bombs or drugs?" And then I'm thinking of like the movies where it's like, oh yeah, they train him to run down, grab by the arm, and fucking
Right.
detain the person.
The guy in the big fucking Michelin Man
exactly
suit that gets fucking tackled by the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I know that's needed in certain places, but I thought that was more like military or state. But yeah, I guess California's doing it statewide. I don't know. I mean, again, it's just not really something I ever thought about.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? I
mean,
think
California,
originally found it from Sexy Chris, so we'll give Sexy Chris a shout out. He
I think
had
the more
posted
important thing, whether or not, so like whether or not the dog's usage is like warranted or not, calling it racist, it's like, okay, that's easy now.
Right. That's what it boils
anything.
down to, is like, this is bullshit.
And then it's like, use them, don't use them, but like you're right about fucking with these departments.
Yeah.
Like you take away too many of their resources, and then it's like, dude, people aren't going to be cops anymore.
Right.
And then what?
And exactly. And then what?
How'd that work out in Minneapolis?
It worked out so well that they poured like double the money back into the police departments. Like whatever the funding was prior to being defunded, they doubled it because they were like, idiots. Yeah, we're fucked.
Fucking absolute idiots.
Yeah. I mean, we've said that before. Like the problem is there's not enough funding. You need more funding. You need more training. Like you need people to be trained to the point where it becomes second nature, right? Like these are all high stress jobs, high stress situations. Like you need someone to be able to handle that basically on muscle memory, right? Because like if you're in whatever it may be, that's completely high stress, adrenaline's pumping, like you need to be able to rely on your training, and you just do what you've been taught to do versus like, oh my God, is this my taser? Like that woman a couple of years ago, like allegedly she thought she pulled the taser from her belt and she ended up shooting the fucking guy. Like, I don't know really whatever became of that, but her claim was she thought she grabbed the taser and, she grabbed a gun instead. And any reasonable person in a normal circumstance would be like, that's absolutely fucking moronic. You know the difference between these. But in a life or death situation with adrenaline pumping, if this woman had not been trained properly, like, who are you to say that she really didn't make a mistake? Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. No one really knows, right? But the fact of the matter is, like, you need to train these people to the point where, like, that's not an option, right? So, but everyone's soft. What can you do?
Probably nothing.
Yeah. Words hurt.
Well, there's a lot. Actually, there is a lot we could do, but no one's willing to.
Yeah. Well, they changed, like, speaking of words hurt, they changed they did change a bunch of books. Like, they reprinted. Do you remember Roald Dahl?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah. Yeah. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, James and the Giant Peach. And I think he wrote like a couple other ones. The Witches, the Grand High Witch, I think was another one or something like that. They went in and they rewrote like different parts of the book to change the language and the words because people didn't like the words that he used. Now, I don't have the, I mean, I can look it up. I don't have it right in front of me. But I don't know what the words actually are. They're probably fucking stupid. Actually, let me see. I think I saw this on Roca News.
Isn't
Yeah. Okay, I got it. This was actually in one of my emails. It's what I read about it a few days ago. So Puffin, a major book publisher, hired a sensitivity team to rewrite sections of Roald Dahl's books. Dahl's the best-selling author of whatever, all those books. Puffin says it is working with an inclusivity organization to remove language that some may find exclusive. Among the changes, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's Oompa Loompas are now small people. And Augustus Gloop is now enormous, not fat. Two characters in James and the Giant Peach are no longer thin, fat, or flabby. They didn't say what they replaced it with. And Mrs. Twit, that's got to be from another one of his books, is now beastly instead of beastly and ugly.
You know, we didn't need this, right?
So, yeah. Yeah, 100%. We didn't need that.
We did not need this.
No.
They're fucking old books.
Yeah. Well, we can't have a book that calls someone fat. Why? So what are you going to do? Oh, we're going to call him enormous. Isn't that worse? Like, isn't that worse to call someone enormous instead of fat? Like, you think the word fat is bad?
That's a good example of just polishing a turd.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't change anything. At least like with the other one, it's like you kept beastly, but you got rid of ugly. It's like, okay, well, you got rid of ugly, so like got it. Understood. Yeah. Still a waste of time, but
yeah.
Got it. Kept beastly though.
Yeah. So that's retarded. That is 1000% something we did not need.
No, that should be. I wish these companies could get sued for like a gross misuse of resources. For like waste of time like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. Yeah, that's got to be one of the dumbest things I've heard in a while. So
it'll be happening. Don't worry. More and more books.
Oh yeah, no, they obviously. I mean, they're doing it right now. They're going to keep doing it. They're going to obviously continue doing it because they're doing it now. So, Um,
I imagine Huckleberry Finn's friend has already been renamed. Did we talk about that?
yeah, I think we've talked about that in the past.
Okay, that's a good one. To Kill
Yeah.
a Mockingbird, I'm sure that's being censored to all fucking hell.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
Even though
it's
that book's about racism, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know.
They should probably, you know what? If it's the one I'm thinking of, they should probably just edit all the racism out of it.
Yeah, really sterilize it. Make it a book about happiness instead.
It's still To Kill a Mockingbird, but it's not about racism anymore. Oh, okay. No, assuming this is the book I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I honestly I know the book.
Wasn't a black guy accused of rape in it like way back in the day?
Yeah, was that the one with Atticus Finch?
Sounds right.
I think so.
Was he a lawyer?
Yes.
Yeah, they should get rid of racism in that book.
Yeah.
Wouldn't change it at all.
Yeah. All right. You want to wrap this up?
We can wrap
You
this
got anything
up.
else? All right.
You ever see Mississippi pot roast?
I have not.
So Mississippi pot roast, I'm sure there's iterations of it, but you get a chuck roast, probably easiest to do it in the crock pot. So you season it, you sear both sides, get it in a crock pot, add pepperoncini to it, and then traditionally it's the pepperoncini, the a packet of brown gravy mix. Usually it's a packet of ranch that goes in too. You dump some of the pepperoncini juice. You can add mushrooms to it. You can add other stuff, a little bit of beef stock, and like let it all cook down. So on that idea, I got pork ribs today because I just will not buy $5.99 fucking chuck roasts. It's fucking stupid. Um, and instead of ranch packets, I used I think Lipton makes an onion dip
Yeah.
mix.
Yep.
Yeah, so I just threw that in there because my mother used to do something with that shit before in the crock pot too, and that usually came out pretty good. So I did the pork ribs in the crock pot, onions, mushrooms, pepperoncini, the brown gravy packet, the onion dip packet, a little bit of beef stock, let it cook down. Came out quite good.
I might have to steal that. Just Mississippi ribs
Well,
or
it's a Mississippi pot roast that I adapted to my needs.
Right.
So the Mississippi, again, so the two things that I changed from what would be a traditional Mississippi pot roast, because if you find a recipe, it'll be there.
Yeah.
The two things I changed was instead of the pot roast, I used pork ribs, and instead of a ranch packet, I used the onion dip packet.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it here. Huh. I might have to
It's
check
good.
that out.
It's fairly straightforward because it all just cooks in there. And then I think you get variations. I threw onions, I threw them in raw, and I threw mushrooms in raw just to cook the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, the slow cooker.
Yep.
Hmm.
Came out quite good.
I think I might be stealing that recipe.
I would have loved to have done a pot roast, but again, I will not pay $5.99 a pound
Yeah.
for like, dude, it's just me and Michaela. Like, how much fucking pot roast can we eat?
Yeah.
So it's like 2.5. What's 2.5 pounds? Is that like $18? No, that's
Yeah,
3 pounds.
Yeah, I mean 15-ish.
Yeah, so most of them are like 2.75 pounds because they're all like $17 things. I'm like, who's gonna eat all this?
Yeah.
Like no one's there's not enough people to eat all this food.
Yeah.
So that's why I did the pork ribs.
It's a good pivot. I like that. I made braised short ribs today. Came up
That's
pretty
another
solid.
one. I just like won't pay $8.99 a pound for them.
Yeah.
That's me.
I'll do it every now and then, occasionally.
I was looking for beef shanks, didn't have them today.
Yeah, they had them. When did I look? 2 weeks ago, I think I looked and I saw them.
Generally, they have them. They just didn't today
Yeah.
because that was gonna be beef shanks. Probably cooked the exact same way.
Yeah, why not, right? All right.
Yeah, write that down.
So my final thought is I have a bone to pick with the 99 restaurant. I now have without one reason where they say 99 reasons you'll always come back for more. Well, now I have one reason to not go back to the 99.
Where did you stand on the 99 beforehand?
They were literally only good for one thing. And that one thing was their wings and skins.
Yes, the appetizer.
Right? The 99, as far as I'm concerned, is the wings and skins store. That's it. You go to the 99, you get the wings and skins.
Yeah, I can't imagine. So I always laugh because the 99's always packed.
Yeah.
And like my parents always be like, no, it's good. It's good. I'm like, it's not good. Stop.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But like every time I see one, it's always packed and I always laugh. I'm like, why the fuck are so many people at the fucking nines right now?
It's all the same shit, right? The 99, Fridays, Uno's. Well, Uno's is a little different because it's pizza. I'll take that back. So the 99, Fridays, Applebee's, Chili's, they're all the same shit. It's all the same thing. It's the same place.
Probably prefer the nines out of all of those.
I think I might prefer Applebee's, actually.
I don't know the last time I went to an Applebee's.
We have one like quite literally across the street. So occasionally we'll go there.
Did we drink at one in
we did.
Portland?
Yeah, we did.
So that was the last time I went. I didn't eat though.
Yeah. They have some decent food options there. They change their menu up every now and then. Like the 99 has just been the 99 forever. However, recently, Amy and I were like, what do you want to do for dinner? And like, whatever. It's kind of like, I don't know, not in the mood for like anything crazy. And then she goes, I go for the 99, like wings and skins. I go, sure, yeah, I'm down. Like, we'll get some wings and skins. Well, the 99, you heard it here first, folks, is about to go out of business because they no longer do wings and skins. They've erased it from their menu. They now do wings and tots.
What? That's not going to work for me.
Yep. They have replaced wings and skins with wings and tots. Now it might be loaded tots, but it doesn't matter because it's still tots. It's wings and tots. So the 99 is dead to me, as far as I'm concerned. If I never step foot in there ever again, it'll be too soon. And I have no use for them anymore. The 99 might as well just go the way of Friendlies, right? And just disappear. You no longer exist. You were a chain restaurant that wasn't always that great. You got rid of the one thing that you were known for. So I have nothing. I have nothing left for you.
Yeah, here it is right here.
Yeah.
Boneless wings.
Loaded tots.
Loaded tots.
Yep. No more wings and skins.
There's no potato skins anywhere.
No, they completely eradicated potato skins from their menu. Now, let's be honest. The potato skins were like microwave fucking frozen skins, but still, like, I want the wings and skins. I don't want the wings and fucking tots. I mean, the wings are the star of the show. I'm not going to lie there. I can pretend like they're not. You get the wings and skins really for the wings, and the skins are an afterthought. But I want wings and skins. I don't want wings and tots. So fuck you, 99. You're about to go out of business. They're not a public company, but if they were, I would tell everyone to sell their stock. Because they're not long for this world.
It's amazing that they put the calories on their menu too. Like, that is so bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What is it, like 1,500 calories?
For what?
The wings and loaded tots.
So the wings and loaded tots is 1230.
That was close with 15.
The loaded tots themselves are 1330, so it's more just to get the tots.
Yeah.
And
well, it's probably like a bigger portion.
In an XL order of boneless wings, Buffalo or Gold Fever is 1570 or 1850 for the XL order. That's a day's worth of fucking eating. Oh my god.
Yeah. So there you have it.
I also don't know the last time I went to a fucking Nines.
I can't tell you either, but I can tell you the last time I went, they had wings and skins because that's exactly what I got.
I wouldn't get anything else.
No. Now you can't. Now you can't get it.
Well, so that's good now though, because every time I go by and laugh, now I can laugh even more because you people are continuing to go despite not being able to get the only redeeming quality off their menu.
Correct. So that's it. That's going to do it. It's going to do it for us. So like I said before, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, rate, review, whatever audio platform you use. Tell everybody you know about the show. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. The Twitter is Sarcasm_speaks. The Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. Website, sarcasmspeaks.com. Go to the merch store, buy some merch, get some shit with our logo on it. Big thank you to mybookie.com. Oh, by the way, I saw Chris Kirk won the playoff. It's fucking lame.
It's better than the alternative.
Yeah. Who was the other jabroni?
Eric Cole, and not the one who used to play for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah. Yeah, I did absolutely terrible this week. None of my guys, nothing hit. I had a couple top 10s, top 20s, and outright nothing.
Didn't even bother. I got so mad breaking down that odds board.
Yeah.
That I had every intention to go to Plainville on Tuesday, and I just fucking sat at work and stared at nothing instead.
Yeah.
Because I got so pissed that it sucked. So I fucking knew this was gonna happen. I go, it's either im or it's throw a dart at the fucking dartboard. Now, Kirk would have been on my list, but I would have had to take in like all fucking 30 guys that were on my list.
Exactly. So shout out to mybookie.com. Use the promo code SarcasmPod, and your first deposit will be doubled up to $1,000. Also, thank you to grillyourassoff.com. Use the same promo code SarcasmPod. Save 15% off your entire order every single time you check out. I think that's it. It covers all the bases. So until next time, good night, everyone.